What up, what up, my good people? I'm back again with Trey's 2 cent. Bring you my 2 cents. And today it's on a somber note. It's about the shooting of Alton Sterling down in Baton Rouge. Horrible situation. And most people are going to say, well, let's not jump to conclusions. Let's wait. Let's let the investigation play out. Okay, cool. Now, I could really agree with that, with that sentiment after I seen the first video, kind of grainy when the shots fired, the person dug down, which, is understandable. The second video, though, where you see two officers basically laying on top of someone, one arm pinned down, I personally don't believe that any person in their right mind or psychotic mind would try to grab a gun and harm an officer when he was in such a disadvantage. Also, when you've also been tased and the officer has drawn his gun. He's drawn his weapon once he says, don't you move, don't you grab for that. Honestly, to me, it's a cop-out. And to say, well, I fear for my life. I think that if you fear for your life, if that's the excuse that you're going to give, every time you get into any altercation, it's going to always end up in this manner, and cops are always going to get off because they can. And time again, it's been proven that they can get away with it. Trayvon Martin, even though he wasn't killed by a cop, he was killed by somebody who had the legal authority to carry a gun, who wanted to be a cop. Sandra Bland, she wasn't killed by a cop per se, but her being incarcerated was uncalled for. Sean Bell, no convictions, and they killed him the day before he was about to get married. Eric Garner, he was caught on video. This whole thing caught on video. No convictions. Tamir Rice, no convictions. And Freddie Gray, like at this point in time, there are no convictions, and this is sad. It's so sad. And you know what? You get these people who are shocked that the black community doesn't trust the black community doesn't trust law enforcement. That's exactly why. Like, this is hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with when you can't trust anyone, that they can plant evidence on you. And I'm not saying this happened in this case. I don't want anybody to say, well, that didn't happen. I'm not saying this happened in this case, but it has happened. They do trump up charges. Cops can ruin your life. They have great power, great authority. And it's unfair what they can do and what they have been doing. Now, when someone says, and I'm going to get into that in just 1 second, but when someone says, cop lives matter, I'm glad they say cop lives, because there's white and black. It's white and black officers out here, officers of all nationalities that do good things, do great things, but it's also some of all nationalities that do horrible things. I honestly don't feel like this killing was justified. I hope that they do a thorough investigation if the FBI is involved. And I hope they really, really do come to something, and not to appease the people who are upset, but to really serve justice to what it looks like were overzealous police officers. So no, I don't want to hear he should have obeyed the cops. I don't want to hear that he should respect authority. I know there's an issue with black on black crime, but that's not what we're talking about this time. I don't want to hear he shouldn't have broken the law. This is not the time for cops' lives matter as well, because another black man lost his life. I'm also not really in the mood to hear all lives matter. We all know all lives matter, but black lives are the ones that seem to get taken the most by police. And unfortunately, even if you say that you don't see color, everyone sees color. No one is colorblind. Everybody has inherent prejudices, whether you were taught them or you learned them or whatever. So I don't see color argument is not very valid. Now, I really do look forward to people commenting. I know I don't really have a whole bunch of viewers right now, but hopefully, we can get some type of dialogue going, so we can address not only the blue on black killing, but also the black on black violence as well. So please comment, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.